everyone, it's Vicky here. Just want to apologise for the noise behind me. That's my washing machine going off. Today I am going to talk to you about the Wiccan Rede and go through a breakdown of it with you. I also want to apologise for my fringe. I have had it cut and it looks a bit too short for my liking, so if you're wondering why I look a bit strange, that's because my fringe is a bit short. So I'm going to do this. This is one I found on the internet, this breakdown. I liked it a lot, so I took it and I put it in my book of shadows because this person has broke it down and I agree with most of the things that they've done, and I'll add my own little bits in as well as I go through it. So anyway, let's start. Bide the Wiccan laws ye must, in perfect love and perfect trust. Now, I know what many people think when they read this. Nothing is perfect. They would be right, but this section is suggesting that we come together without fear and with only love in our hearts. By doing so, we can accomplish our goals. In earth-based religions, fear overrides the effects of our worship and prevents the effect we are hoping for, and hatred or anger has no place in the circle, for it is these things that bring about worship that can cause harm to yourself and others. Live and let live, fairly take and fairly give. Now, my one on this one is, my way I've described it in my book of shadows is basically, best example I can give is treat others the way you want to be treated. So you're gonna, if you give out goodness, you're gonna receive goodness. You've got to fail. It's like if you give out badness, you've got to receive the consequences of that. So you're gonna receive. So if you're fair, you'll receive. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Cast the circle thrice about to keep all evil spirits out. Now this is where you begin to see information about how to conduct our worship. The ritual pagan worship should include casting the circle to protect the mind, body and soul from what might interfere with the worship. Also, I don't know about some of you out there, but the way I cast a circle, and I've learned to cast a circle, is you cast it 3 times, once with Athamain energy, once another time with your incense, and the final is with the salt and water, and that's how I've always cast my circles. Gives it that little, I always feel a little bit more protected with that. To bind the spell every time, let the spell be spake in rhyme. And rhyme and rhythm have long been part of religious culture. Drumming, chanting and speaking in rhyme make it easier to remember what it is you're supposed to do, as well as sounding pleasing. But the rhymes themselves have a purpose of providing a vibration to the words. It is the vibration that changes the environment, be it ritual practice or science. Now my next one is soft of eye, light of touch, speak little, listen much. This is self-explanatory basically. It has also been said among the Christians that God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you can listen twice as much as you talk. Number 6. Docile, go by the waxing moon, sing and dance the Wiccan rune. Docile means clockwise or the path of the sun, and this is basically to do with the Espats. Why to shine, go when the moon doth wane, and the wolf howls and the dread wolf bane. Now this is an old way of saying that the waning moon should be a time of protection rituals, but that is what it is saying. Where to shine is counterclockwise and considered to be the path of the moon. The part about the wolf and the dread wolf's bane is discussing the protection. Wolf's bane should be dreaded. It has long been used to poison whales, kill wolves and tigers, and even execute criminals. The werewolf is howling because the wolf's bane has been used against him. When the lady's moon is new, kiss the hand to her times 2. Now this is a sweet tradition of recognition of the lady. The new moon is considered the time of the crone, At one time it was a sign of respect to kiss an elderly lady's hand twice to represent both her passing beauty and her growing wisdom. You kiss your own hand because you can't you kiss your own hand because you can't quite actually kiss the hand of the goddess. So basically I hope that's made sense to people. When the moon rises at her peak, then your heart's desires seek. This is telling us that the waxing moon has changed the full moon, and there are times of rituals. It's time to do rituals to ask for things we need or would like to have. Heed the north wind's mighty gale, lock the door and drop the sail. When the wind comes from the south, love will kiss thee on the mouth. When the wind blows from the east, expect the new and set the feast. When the west winds blow, O thee, departed spirits, restless be. These 4 lines are quaint throwback to the days when all ships had sails. Much of Wiccan and pagan beliefs have some foundations in old myths and folklore. This is no exception. I do not believe it needs explaining outside of that. 9 woods in the cauldron go, burn them quick and burn them slow. The 9 woods are as follows: birch, oak, rowan, willow, hawthorn, hazel, apple, grapevine, and fir. These woods are considered to have magical properties and are useful during ritual. Some, like the oak, are also associated with a holiday. Oak is traditionally the wood of the Yule log. Sorry about my speech, I'm feeling a bit tongue-tied today. Elder be ye lady's tree, burn it not or cursed ye'll be. There are many folklores as to why the elder tree should not be burned. That it is the tree in which Freya lives, that witches turn themselves into elders at their death, or even that burning it would bring the devil into the house. But the true reason is that the bark, berries, and leaves of the elder tree are poisonous. When the wheel begins to turn, let the Beltane fires burn. Beltane is the pagan holiday referred to as being a part of a wheel. Beltane is also known as May Day. It is a day to celebrate the coming of the spring and the fertile earth, and will once again provide the food for our bodies to survive. Next one is when the wheel has turned to Yule, light the log, let Pan rule. This is also quoted as lighting the log, and the horned one rules. I am assuming here they choose to use Pan because it has less of a connection to Satan. Truth be told, the idea of what Satan looks like was developed during the burning times and was taken from the idea of the oak man, who is often seen as a stag. It is representative of the time when the days start to grow longer, and in most cases all that is left to eat is the meat of the hunt. Heed ye flower, bush and tree, by the lady blessed be. This is a simple reminder that all things of beauty, or that are sacred, are given to us by the goddess. If we remember to say thank you for their sacrifice when we pick them or cut them, she will remember to bless us also for remembering that all living things are her children. Where the rippling waters go, cast a stone and truth you'll know. This is referring to a form of divination known as hydromancy. I haven't researched this, but I'm quite intrigued on this one. There are many different forms of hydromancy. Dowsing, scrying, and tea leaf reading are among them. When ye have need, hearken not to others' greed. There are many ways to interpret this, but mainly it's saying that when you find yourself in need of help, be careful that you look at all your options and don't just take the first one that comes along. People in need tend to be taken advantage of if they are not aware of what is going on. With the fool, no season spend or be counted as his friend. This is not a new idea either. The old saying, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and looks like a duck, and to it, and flies around with other ducks, and you would have the meaning of the statement. That's never made sense to me. I just think it relates to April Fool's Day, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. If any of you do understand that one, will you please let me know? Merry meet and merry part, brighten the cheeks and warm the heart. Be happy in all things coming and going. Mind the threefold law you should, 3 times bad and 3 times good. This is the true golden rule of the Wiccan path. So basically, the way I'm going to say it, I'd say if you're coming into Wicca now, a lot of you have watched Charmed and you know about the threefold law, or you've watched the film The Craft. It's all there in those films. That's always brought up in like programs with witches in. So basically, this is the true golden rule of the Wiccan path. What you put out comes back to you threefold. So if you cause harm, you will feel that harm 3 times over, or 3 times worse than what you gave it. If you cause good, you will feel that the good comes back to you 3 times. When misfortune is anew, wear the blue star on thy brow. It is long believed that the pentagram is a sign of protection from the mother. Cut an apple through the middle, and the seed will form the star. When you feel as though the world is out to get you and nothing is going right, draw the pentagram on your forehead, over your third eye, which is in the centre of your forehead. Make sure you imagine it as a blue flame. This will both protect and cleanse your own personal perspective to help you overcome the misfortune. True in love ever be, unless thy lover's false to thee. Well, I think we all know what this means. Cheating on someone you love is still cheating regardless of the spirituality path you walk. 8 words the Wiccan read fulfill, and it harm none, do what you will. This is much debated as well. Those who would see the pagan lifestyle destroyed have often used it as proof that we act rashly and just do whatever we want regardless. But this is far from the truth. We believe in harming none. Causing harm with our rituals brings about karma and the threefold law. If we cause harm to others, we bring it back to ourselves. Therefore, to any of you who might be seeking your path and found yourself here, before you try a ritual you find in a book or on the net, ask yourself, will this harm someone else? And if so, it's not worth doing it, because it'll just come back on you. So basically that's it. If you've got any questions, because I know me reading that was absolutely shocking today, so I do apologise to you all. I'll try and do some more videos, and bless it be.